Monsters, creatures of the night. We tell tales about them. We see them in films. Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman. These are classic fiends. They scare us, but they also fascinate us. These creatures didn't just appear out of nowhere. They come from old stories, legends, and TV shows. Why do we keep telling these tales? What makes these creatures so special? Let's find out. Imagine a world without electricity, a world lit by firelight, where shadows danced in the darkness. In these shadows, ancient people saw terrifying creatures. They told stories about beings lurking in the dark. These tales were passed down through generations. Stories of the undead gave rise to vampires, like Dracula. People feared those who wouldn't stay dead. Frankenstein's creation represents our fear of science gone wrong. What happens when we try to create life itself? These fears are still with us. That's why these legendary creatures never truly die. They continue to captivate us, generation after generation. These ancient fears are timeless, forever haunting our imaginations. Movies gave these eerie beings a new life. The first horror movies were silent, but they were still scary. Imagine seeing a vampire rise from his coffin without any sound. Pure terror. Lon Chaney became a star playing these fearsome characters. The Phantom of the Opera, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, he brought them to life. These films laid the foundation for the horror genre we know today. Classic novels about creatures of the night became movies. Dracula, Frankenstein. These films introduced the iconic figures we know today. Bela Lugosi became the face of Dracula. Boris Karloff embodied Frankenstein's creation. These actors gave the creatures personality. These movies were a huge success. People loved to be scared, and these characters were both frightening and fascinating. Section 5. A new era of fear, television terror. Movies brought creatures of the night to the big screen, but television, well, it brought them into our homes. In the 1950s and 1960s, scary TV shows became popular. Shows like The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits explored our deepest fears. These shows weren't just about ghouls and ghosts. They were about the darkness inside us all. Section 6. Small screen, big scares. The Twilight Zone and beyond. The Twilight Zone wasn't your typical horror show. It was smart. It made you think. Each episode was a different story. Sometimes there were creatures. Sometimes the threats were human. The Twilight Zone showed us that the scariest things aren't always supernatural. Sometimes the most terrifying beings are ourselves. And that is the true essence of horror. Section 7. Why we still watch. The enduring appeal of scary shows. Why do we like to be scared? It's a strange thing, isn't it? Frightening stories and shows let us face our fears in a safe way. We get a thrill from being frightened, but we know we're not really in danger. These tales often carry important messages. They show us the consequences of our actions. And sometimes, they just give us a good scare. That's the magic of scary shows. They keep us coming back for more. Section 8. Monsters Among Us. The legacy of classic creatures. Classic creatures and scary TV shows have left a lasting impact on our culture. We still see these iconic figures everywhere. In movies, on TV, in books, and even in our Halloween costumes. They evoke our fears, but also our fascination with the unknown. These creatures and shows continue to inspire writers, filmmakers, and artists today. Section 9. Conclusion. Our never-ending fascination with fear. Creatures of the night. They are beings of darkness, born from our deepest fears. From ancient legends to modern movies and TV shows, these fearsome entities continue to captivate us. They scare us, they thrill us, and they remind us that the line between reality and nightmare is thin indeed. So the next time you see a scary movie or tell a ghost story, remember the long history of terrifying creatures that came before. We may be drawn to the light, but the darkness holds a strange and powerful allure. Thank you for watching Chronicles of Mysterious Tales. Please subscribe and hit the like button. I appreciate you. Stay mysterious.